Hello, it's the old fella back, or if you're new here, old Mr. B, or whatever you want to call me. Right, Sabaton, as you can see behind me. There they all are, behind me. Yes, this is the Great War live. They put this up a bit ago. And I mean, I've been meaning to do some more of this. Anyway, right. I've done a bit of flying in gliders and stuff like that, and I also did a lot of flying of radio controlled aeroplanes. And I may have told this story before when we're down there at the club, met this guy there and found out he's got a Messerschmitt 109, and I thought, well, that's got flipping really good detail to it. Yeah, it was German. His name, we always called him German John. A lovely, lovely guy, and he says he used to fly them. He was 19 at the time when he used to fly them, Messerschmitt 109s. Fantastic guy. Basically, he shot 8 down. He got shot down twice himself, he said. And one of the things that happened, the last time he got shot down, he says he'll never forget it as long as he lived, was that it was in sort of Africa, whatever. And, Rommel and all was there, and obviously Montgomery. Anyway, he got shot down by a hurricane, and he said he bailed out, and he says, and obviously the hurricane circled to see that he was okay, because that's what they did up there. And he says he'll never forget as long as he lives the smile on that guy's face. He said, oh, flipping out. Anyway, so he got picked up by the I'm trying to think what it was now. Scott's got somebody anyway, somebody in the British got him. And he got then transferred to. He got then sent to Canada. They were going to send him as a interpreter, but he was always told this: a British officer was good for his word. He says, "I can't go there." He says the if you like that boat's going to be full of Polish. They will kill me. And they said to me, "You won't see one." And he never did. And he got to Canada, became an interpreter. Then he came back to this country, set up his own engineering company, and he was a lovely, lovely man. And his friend was a Spitfire mechanic, if you like, in the RAF. Lovely guy. But one of the stories he told me was that there was about 20 of them flying by, and they saw a hurricane flying the opposite way, and they says, it says there was holes you could see straight through the back of it. He said where all the canvas had been shot away and all the rest of it. He says it was, So I said to him, well, what did you go and do? Finish him off? Well, then he looked straight at me and said, no, we would never do that. He said, we're all amazed on how he was still managing to fly it. And it's the same as when they were taught, up in the air, if you like, someone bails out, you don't shoot the thing because they're classed as unarmed. So you never shoot anybody on a parachute. So let's clear that one up. I even asked him about that. He says no. And he explained to me in great, great detail. He's told me so many stories, but that's just one of them. And I'm not kidding you. Well, a lovely guy. He just loved flying. He was 19 at the time, and he just loved flying. And he says every time, I'll use the words he used. He says every time you went up there, you're shitting yourself. He says because you didn't know what you're going to get. And so there you go. In brief, what a lovely guy he was, and great guy. And it was a pleasure to know him. Oh, and something else he did. He even ended up on TV over here because he'd actually built the Starship Enterprise, radio controlled. But that's another story. But he flew it. It flew. Anyway, enough of me rabbiting on about here. Sabaton. All the information's down below, folks. All the information's down below. So, go and check them out. They're a wonderful, wonderful band, and I think they're awesome. I just recently reacted to them, and I just thought I'm going to do another one. Because I just think they're so awesome. And, war is one of them things. I've got a couple of uncles I've never seen because they were killed in the war, basically. I was born in 1953, 8 years after the war. And I never got to see them. because my father, he was, my mother was in the Land Army, and my father was the, I think he was I'm the sort of second youngest. He was 17 at the time, and his mum wouldn't let him go and fight. And he was obviously from a family of 13, and 2 of his brothers never came back. So there you go. That's another little thing that's happened. Anyway, enough for me. Let's get them up here. There we go. There we are. Live. Anyway, let's just turn a few volumes and things around. It have to do. Anyway, TikTok. Let's rock.
Great!
Of paralyzed, my brother's eyes are gone, and he shall be buried here, nameless marks his grave. Mother home, get a telegram and shed a tear of grief. Mud and blood in foreign land, trying to understand. Where is this greatness of it told? This is the life that we've been sold. Is this a worthy sacrifice? Great war, the wicked take more. Great war, the rest are marching on. They play the great score, they're winning a encore. Great war, the war to end our wars. Hey, hey, hey. Full of fear with bodies at my feet. All there in the other trench, bullets read my name. Lead ahead as the captain said and showed them no remorse. Who am I to understand? What have I become? I'll do my duties with faith and pride. I'll do the worthy sacrifice. I know my deeds are not in vain. Great war, and I cannot take more. Great war, and keep on marching on. And play the great score, they're winning a encore. Great war, no one to end our wars. And feet by feet, we pay the price of our mind here. Though men have fallen, we see heroes rise. We face the heat as we are fighting until the dawn. So follow me and we will write our holy story.
What a great band. What a great band. What a great performance. And what a show. What a show they put on. They really, really do. They are fantastic. They really, really are fantastic. I can't fault them at all. Music wise, what they actually sing about, true events. They don't take sides. It's just pure keeping history alive. And that's what I like about it. They are keeping history alive. And hopefully that we never do them things again, and fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The trouble they go to, the way they dress up, the stage. I mean, that must cost a fortune to fly that thing around the world. All the bits and bobs they've got. They just can't pop into a museum. Or can I just borrow your tank for a second? I've got a gig tonight. That's not going to happen, is it? Or I just like to order 200 sandbags, please. And things. There's all that side to it as well. What they do with the videos and everything else. They do not cut corners. This band does not cut corners on anything for what they do, and they're absolutely fantastic and fabulous. And also, they check on history and everything. They check the whole thing out. They really do. This is what I mean. They do the research to make sure that the information they've got is correct, and they're awesome, absolutely awesome. I can't fault them. And when I was on about Joe, I'm trying to think of his second name now. I'm terrible with that, but German John, as we called him, I tell you what a lovely guy he was. It was a lovely guy, just normal like everybody else, but you had to do what you had to do back then. And I've met some wonderful people in my time, and some real, and some of the stories and some of the things I've been told, it's like you won't believe it. Nowadays, a lot of them obviously come back from the war, with blown eardrums and things from shrapnel damage and all sorts of things. But they come back and just got on with it, and I'm sure they were suffering. So a lot of them were suffering from various different things, but they didn't say anything. They just got on with it. So, I really appreciate it, because in the air, if you like, it was a different war altogether. The way that the respect they had for each other, that was something else. That really was. But yeah, and Sabaton, what they're doing is absolutely fantastic. It really, really is fantastic. I can't fault the band. What I've done now as well is I've got a playlist, a Sabaton playlist. I finally got around to doing that, because they're awesome. They really, really are awesome. Anyway, enough for me rabbiting on. You know what I think of the band and what they're doing. And so there you go. And I just like to thank everybody. Thank you as well. You're all awesome. Thank you so much for all your comments and everything else. Thank you, and your support. Thank you. And of course, please, stay safe. And this old fella will be back. Bye for now.